By the way, Filet-O-Fish, don't worry if the connection's fine and you and I get to spar, you'll Akai can tell you that I can give you aggressive responses to people doing PKing the Bokutai. So you'll get to have some training with that. I'm very aggressive against Bokutai. So.
Round 4. Ready? Go!
I didn't look at this Discord tournament, and I saw this. You guys put some there says threats, and I was very quite honest. It was a joke or something. But what can say as a St. Louis underground fighting scene. I can't remember that.
Round 5. Ready? Go!
St. Louis underground tournament scene. Translate that. So yeah, there's a nice group of playing set. So that's good. And I think I saw Tegaman starting to want to do something in Chicago. Oh, it's a strip club back in like 2004. Oh, okay, that explains it. Okay. The RMAT moderation of the Okay. Hey, let me see. I think Kofu Hustle, are you from
Round 1. Ready?
Are you from Chicago area? Because I know Tenguban is trying to get some offline to we're looking for offline matches here.
Very unfortunate. But I guess we're not.
Round 2. Ready? Go!
Well, sometimes you gotta have your fighting game tournaments where you gotta have them. But hopefully, you know, I prefer not to do them in a strip club, and bars are a tricky one too because it's of the age. So.
Well, we did have an enemy convention and strip club in so I really panicked.
Yeah. I hope that you guys can get a Chicago scene going on because Chicago has a really nice legacy in VF, but it goes way back, like to the VF3 and VF4 days. But yeah.
So, from Super Bowl. Tenguman's a very strong alloy.
Round 4.
That's a quick goal, right?
Yeah, his go and his out, they're amazing. Both his go and his out are really good.
I believe he's Northern Chicago, so let me see where the link is. I think Tenguman 9 on PSN.
Yeah, Tenguman 9.
Somewhere, yeah.
Silverbolt, you definitely got to hook up with Tenguman. Tenguman is a really good player. He's part of the new generation, but he's so good. And it's clear his understanding of the game is very good, just from his play.
Yeah, there's a floor close up here. You see it just posted there. So I think he's on PSN. I think might be the easier way to get to him also. Let's see. Alright, 2 more matches to go, and then we start the first league. Still time for me to enter. Hey, welcome, Say Tiggy. Yeah, that's the link in the chat right now. That's to the Chicago forum thread that Tinkerman just posted.
Round
So yeah,
ready?
main thing is like I said, the Sunday set has always one of the main goals is trying to get people together and network. So it seems, oh, you're from Chicago, and I don't think much because you're from Chicago. So that's the goal that I did now. We know that, understand that people you play on the league, especially there will be people you play that will not have good connection with, but those that you have good connection with, try to hook up with them to play games outside the league. Yeah, Green Lantern, you see that link I just posted this right here above? That's an old Chicago flag. But Tango Man just posted it here trying to see if people want to get together and play.
Yeah.
So please check that out.
We gotta make Chicago VF again, you know, like really VF. So I love that, and you know, and C Money is also Chicago area. So yeah, so you also have C Money out in that area. So
You know, plays offline games?
you don't know, but just knowing that he's out there matters. You know? So you know, so I don't know his situation, but it's always good to know, right? Just like it's good to know all the players in the STL area,
Yeah.
including the ones that don't come out to the offline.
It'd be awesome if we could get all the STL players together.
It really would be, because you guys have a big scene, but it's like half online, half offline.
Yeah, DK, Paul, for level, for most part. Intermediate to upper level. And then there's a nice local scene here. And a ton of it, the later versions I'm playing right now. And KNR, he actually goes with some offline tournaments. I think he was at Even Japan.
Yeah, Kung Fu Hustle. If you haven't played against, I think you've played Tenkuman, but if you haven't, Tenkuman is just so good. You know, you gotta hook up. You gotta hook up.
I think we just have one more match left, and thanks for joining Boring, King of Carnage, Stay Tiggy, and everyone that's out tonight. I think I mentioned everyone. So we just got one more match, and then we'll start the first league for the day. Yeah, I think I got correct, right? Yep. So this is the last match before we begin. Yeah, Tenkuman actually won the Frosty Frosty. So
They did.
yeah. I do want to mention one thing though, like sometimes people like complain about the online, or or use that as a way to say that someone who does very well in offline because they don't festive and I mean, if they do well online, sometimes they don't do like do offline. But for my just looking experience is that the good majority of sessions they do well online, they don't do well offline. It's just maybe they have to adjust it to their time because of circumstances.
Yeah, my experience is the online result and the offline result typically are very similar, right? Now you might hear complaining, but that doesn't mean, like, you'll hear Adam complain about the online. He's still beating up people online, but he's just, is there a difference in experience? Yes, but as far as like the results and skill goes, typically about the same. In my experience, the players that are playing strong, like when the online players actually meet up offline, they do about the same. That's my experience. The results are very similar. Yeah, unless they're coming from like the worst connection ever.
And deliver to that's the
But also, like styles of play that are more online oriented, you do run into them in offline as well, right? I had to deal with it, and I had to deal with people that would only play long range, all total active hit frames. In New York too, and it's annoying there as it was here, but I dealt with it and won. But yeah, all right, good luck everyone.
Good luck everyone.
Hey Princess, good to see you. Thanks for the support as always. Hope everyone's doing really well today. Alright, and here we go. Are we fighting Shite first? Good. Alright. Shite is a very good wake-up call for me. Nice. Punish me for doing slow moves. So against, especially against Scheit's Eileen, which is very good, you have to be careful of the 9K. Like, you just have to kind of always assume he's going to do it. And 9K is so good because it beats like slow attacks, it beats low attacks, right? And it also it will catch you, and it can also clip a lot of stuff. So you always have to be careful of it. Right, just like there. He's like, if you're gonna try to rush him, he's gonna 9K you. And so what you should do is, what I should do is just bait the 9K, right? And this is a good wake-up call because I'm actually not doing stuff that's strong against Eileen yet, and I need to. So what I need to do there is wait for the 9K.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I'm just too late. Yep. Alright, let's try to wake up. Remind myself that in the morning it's hard to see my screen. That was good. Yep, I went for 2P. You gotta like use mids, safe mids against Eileen just because of 9K, right? Same thing. Like, you can't use low rising attack because 9P and 9K. So, that's a good wake up. That was a good wake up. Good game. Good game, Shite. So, it's just a good wake up game. First game of the day. So, it's good to wake up to that. And just kind of walking into 9K. Like, I announced that I know he's gonna 9K, but I keep walking into it. So, gotta wake myself up. And that's okay. But talking through it helps me kind of work on keeping it as a subconscious process and fix my subconscious aspect on that.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2.
So we're gonna teach that kid frames. Good. That was good. Hit a button.
Knockout!
And don't go for a high after that.
Round 3.
Okay, so let's...
Ready, go!
Sucks that there was lag stutter there.
Excellent! See? I thought I'm better.
have to jump out of Discord to actually hear the Twitch. So let's do that. I have to like close that. Alright, so far connection's good today. I'm happy about that. I've been having a terrible experience with connection the past 2 weeks, or the previous 2 weeks. So...
we should have the room open up again for those who want to join and enter. Let's just conquer.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout. Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Excellent.
That's my new Okizemi setup, is that there. Against some players, if they block that second hit, I need to Obari if they like to throw. But that range they won't. But sometimes they end up closer if I do it earlier. Connection is really good today, so I'm very happy about that, though. There was just only one moment of hiccup that I felt when I fought that kid, and then fighting Kung Fu Hustle, it felt good. It doesn't feel like full speed, but it feels like it was in sync. So like there wasn't any problem with like attacks or responses. It's just more that the game speed is just slightly slower. So that usually just means like not the best connection, but it's in sync. So, and that's kind of what happens when I fight against Japanese players, right? Is we get like, it's very playable, it's really good. It's just that it's not running at like the full speed of the game, but it's running close to it, right? I've seen where it can go really slow, and that would be a very bad connection. That's like a red bar that's in sync, and that's like a game is playing kind of like VF2 water stage. But I'm glad that the game does use a variety of tools to try to make the online play better. I know that that's probably controversial opinion. I'm just saying this is a relative thing. It's relative to the game. But VF does a few things in its netcode to try to make things work, right? Some of those areas where the netcode doesn't work as well is stuff like when you do charge attacks, that will mess up the netcode because the netcode can't figure out when you're going to let go of the charge attack. So charge attacks inherently are not really netcode friendly, right? Because it's such a variable timing on them. Like neutral stuff is more manageable than charge attack, and that's because when you do like your jab, there's a whole 12 frames, so it can at least predict the outcome based on what was happening in the early parts of the attack. But you can't really predict much when it comes to rising attacks you can, except that you can change the timing, but charge attacks. Alright, King of Carnage, here we go. Akai outpatients everybody.
Round one.
Yeah.
Ready, go!
Very nice. Okay. Trying to figure out how King of Carnage plays.
Round two.
Interesting stuff.
Ready, go!
Okay, he's just not gonna take hits. Got it. Everything I'm doing is wrong. It's okay. Everything I'm doing is wrong.
Ready, go!
Good game, King of Carnage. I chose wrong every time. It's like, and that's actually a really good Okizeme setup that I do fall for, because that circular kick is just so well timed for that knockdown. So I need to identify the knockdown and identify that circular kick. Or not identify the circular kick, I just need to know that that's going to happen when they do that, and it'll just beat everything you do. The timing is perfect. So, very good. Okizeme that I walked into. I think it's when he kicks you up in the air. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was good. But yeah, he just patiently outplayed me in that one. Awesome, we got General Ripper here. I love fighting General Ripper. Yeah, but the things that really confused me with King of Carnage was him missing Toe Kick of Doom. Like, I don't know if he was trying to set something else up, but it looked more like it just wasn't coming out. Toe Kick of Doom timing's not hard to do. You just do like a good way to do it is basically backdash into half circle forward throw, and that'll work. Like after the toe kick, backdash, half circle forward throw, and that tends to hit the timing just about right. So it's a fun trick for Jeffrey to do. Usually makes it work, but I think he just wanted to do something else, and then what he wanted to do didn't come out. And I was sitting there waiting, and then I got hit with the next thing. You know, I was like, what? Like, but it also could be that he's intentionally using delays against me, because that is a weakness of mine. A lot of times I am watching what the person is doing, and so when they're doing just like delays can really mess me up because of that. Because it's like, okay, he's not doing anything, so I'm going to attack, and then I get hit by the attack from the delay. So it's a good way to do a feint against me, right? It's like I'm susceptible to those kind of feints. Kind of like, wait, why did nothing happen there? Alright, Silverbolt, here we go. Silverbolt's been improving in this matchup. Today they're playing a little sharper. They are a player who does get frustrated a lot, but there's a lot that's really good in their VF. So I don't know what it is, but a lot of the Vanessa players I run into are players that have less patience, except for Nelly. Alright, and that's just a low crush there, because I know that he likes to do... This off pace is definitely getting me. Today, like, everybody's been getting me with this off pace. Alright, and then we dual hit there. I'm always trying to be careful near ring out. Good. So we'll do unexpected attacks. This, because they tend to do stuff slow, like it's like intentionally slower because they're watching. So one of the tough parts when playing that type of game, sometimes you don't know if the delay is coming from you or from the game or online, but actually in my experience it's coming from the player. players that tend to watch, they don't realize how much speed they are losing or frame advantage they are losing, including me, when they opt to go for like a delay like this, right? So people are like, why is Cha-Cha play fast? It's like, well, this is how you actually, this is how you control the frames better, right? And actually use the frames is by playing a little faster like this. But some people get scared because there can be a skill gap there too, right? So for Vanessa, they need like a Silverbolt style. They can, if they want to keep playing the style that they do want to kind of make use of Vanessa's weird stuff in frames. They really like the defensive stance, but I think if they actually learn more offense stance, they will learn a lot more of the skills needed to kind of push forward, and they'll clear a certain barrier a lot sooner. Vanessa defense stance, a lot of players like to use it because it can win situations that are like when she's under pressure, but it's a double-edged sword. Because she actually doesn't gain much from winning each situation, so she just has to win like a lot of situations. She can win in unorthodox ways in that stance, but the damage she's doing is not as much without throwing some risk in there. And then when you play that way, your sense of it's harder to see what other people need to do and what they're trying to do in this game, in those situations. Alright, good to finally fight you, Filet-O-Fish.
Round 2. Ready, go! Ring out.
So I'm fighting how linear they are, and so I'm able to evade a lot against them. So being able to throw is going to be a big deal for Filet-O-Fish. Filet-O-Fish. So they're just not used to fighting my Leon. It doesn't fight the same way that STL Tim's Leon fights, and so right now the thing that I was attacking there was how linear they're playing at the moment, and partly they're playing linear because linear is fast, right? But I got to score a lot from evades. So how do you stop somebody that's doing evading is throwing, but that's really scary. It feels very scary when you're seeing the attacks are the things that are hitting you, so it's hard to see that the evades are the things that are setting up those attacks. And it feels very scary if somebody looks like they're attacking you a lot. It just feels like you can't throw them. And that's one of the harder skills, yeah. But I think Filet-O-Fish will get the sense of that. I give training for that, so. Yeah, man, General Ripper is on a run again. So they're gonna leading this hard. Setsuna's up there too. So awesome. This is an awesome race. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere near top 3, but I really like where everybody's at. It's funny, today the netcode's going well for me, but it's rough for everyone. But it's been rough for me the whole weekend. But I'm hoping some of the changes I made work, and then my family also knows that I'm streaming right now. All right, Buen Fernie, awesome to see you again, my friend. Very good. Very good. Alright, let's do this, Fernie.
Round 3.
I forgot that Fernie likes to play the defensive. Let's assault his sense of space. Yeah, he's not switching throws. Now he'll switch throws. Dang it, elbow didn't come out. This is where the netcode's now feeling funny. Good game. Netcode felt weird there, but Boring Fernie I think is out New York, New Jersey. Or no, Texas, right? Texas. Fernie, what's our connection? Yellow. Okay, that did feel like a yellow connection. But I'm so happy playing with Fernie. So Fernie's shun is a very defensive, space-oriented shun. So hard to throw, but it does mean you can strike them. You want to whiff punish. You want to be careful. You have to understand also that you also have to remember that shun is better at zoning than anyone. It's the best in the game at zoning. So gotta be very careful.
The minimum expectation is that all the old stuff from Final Showdown gets to make it into Ultimate Showdown. I think that's
Round 1. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go!
Very nice. We're getting a little lag with Akai. He's actually the worst connection I've had so far, which is sad.
Ready, go!
Very good. And the lag that we're having though.
Forgot to train, eh?
which is Chesha. That might be the option to go.
It's showtime! What are you waiting for? Round one.
Alright, Zaytiki, let's do this.
Go!
Very nice.
Knockout!
Alright, so we are having lag spikes with Zaytiki.
Round two.
It is messing both of us up a bit. Very good. Very nice. Good patience. Alright, I'm gonna work around this. We can do this.
Ready? Go!
Good. Good throw. Awesome Abai. That was awesome Abai. He just went for the launcher. This guy's got some really scary stuff in his game. Like, he really does.
Round five. Ready? Go!
That was awesome.
Knockout! What a knucklehead!
Let's see. Jennifer's still undefeated.
Round one. Ready? Go! Excellent! Round two. Ready? Go! Knockout!
Alright, combo experts Wolf.
Round three. Ready? Go!
The lag is a little rough. Invaded the wrong way. That was good. Good round combo spread. We're both dealing with the lag, but he's making some scary options.
Ready, go!
Alright, the lag was tough, but it was good games. There's some scary stuff in his wolf, so when the connection is smoother between us, I think there's going to be some really cool battles with his wolf. Kind of scary, actually. Wolf is very scary. He guesses correctly, he gets eat it so bad. Yeah, so it's Ripper and Setsuna. Those are the one. Alright, Setsuna, here we go, my friend.
Round one. Ready, go!
Connection's a bit off though, and so what's happening is the game's playing slower. This is going to do enough to throw him off. That definitely threw our options off. We're getting different moves. Sorry for the connection. Our connection was good, and then now it's not. The PS4 is humming though. Good.
Round four. Ready, go! A serious fight.
Oh no! Now we're at red bar with General Ripper's not good, or orange bar. Ripper. My connection was good, and now it's pretty bad. This is gonna be really hard with Ripper, but actually, Ripper and I enjoyed fighting each other regardless of connection, but it is rough. Orange bar is not ideal. I love having a good battle with Ripper. Like, I really love having a good battle with Ripper. And it will be a good battle. But this is going to be a battle where it's hard because Leon versus Kage is a more sensitive battle. It's where I can really mess that up because counter hitting is going to determine a lot of things. Like both of us, counter hits really give us both a huge amount of damage from not much else otherwise. So Ripper, let's hope for a good battle here. I always love fighting you, but we'll see what happens here. But I love fighting Ripper regardless. It's an honor. Ripper is a very good player.
Round one. Ready, go!
Okay, we can't even ECD right now. Oh, this is so hard. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to defend those moves. This is gonna... I'm sorry, Ripper.
Ready, go!
Yep, that was good. Can't evade here. Oh, so good.
Round three. Ready, go!
This is so hard. It's hard, but I should just block when I wake up. But even then, it's going to be dangerous when I try to hit. Yeah, I'm trying to block. Good games. Good game, Ripper. Good game. Oh, there's a 13th round. Oh, Bunker, awesome. Okay. Alright, Punker, let's see how I think Punker and I usually have a good connection, so I hope this will work out.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Ring out!
Alright, it was, hold on, let me mute this. Okay. Yeah, it was laggy for me too, Punker, I'm so sorry.
Congratulations, for being second, I think.
Thank you very much. The first half I had really good connections, and suddenly in the second half, all the connections were kind of spotty, and now they're back to good. It's weird. But
yeah, this is a pretty common for the EF netcode is kind of finicky.
Yeah, so it's a sensitive day, and it started off really good. Your match was actually where I was like, oh man, now it's getting rough.
Yeah.
Not blaming you, just saying that was about halfway through the league when I started experiencing it.
Alright, so congratulations, Jared Whipper, Chanchai, and King of Trials for getting third place. Alright, I'm going to this record keeping right now. Loom should be opening up soon once I get out of this screen. 13 players.
But
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see here. Okay, everything's done.
Shout outs to all the players too. Everyone making the most of it when the connection was rough, and then awesome battles when the connection was good. Some of the battles when the connection was rough were still, for me, were exciting, but they were hard. but I know they were hard for both players, you know. But it's all good. I love the adjustments General Ripper can make on any connection. He's really strong. So I enjoyed our battle very much, even though, like, we had a rough connection, but I really enjoyed my battle with Ripper, like, a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, as you can like, the recent intermission time, there's about 10 to 15 minutes, so there's no rush. So since the league just ended, you have plenty of time to get in. That's code is 0312. Alright? Let's see. So thanks for playing Shai and Boring. Until next time.
Yeah, I had a really fun time fighting both of you. Shai beat me in the way that I said that, you know, could happen. It was a good wake-up match, and Shai is a wonderful player, so I'm really glad he joined. Boring Fernie had a great time fighting his Chun. He uses a lot of spacing. Shun is like the master of zoning, and so, you know, Fernie uses that in his playstyle. It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Round 3. Ready, go!
I'll be back in a moment to use the restroom, but go ahead and start the news when you're ready, and I'll be right back. So.
Okay. Hey, welcome XT29. Got 4 matches left before we begin the second Open League. Let's see. It's done correctly here. Yes. So that could be
Round 1. Ready, go!
the biggest event that's coming up soon would be the World Championship tournament in Japan.
This Sunday, right?
This is coming up Sunday, yes. It should be about midnight, Sunday midnight time for North America. but there's the players who got the play license from the Challenge Cup series will be playing, which will be Cameron, a Pi player. Sheila, another Pi player that also plays Brad. Virgo, John player. Let's see. Pung Chan, strongest Jackie player right now. John Yu, another strong Jackie player from the Kansai region. Let's see, and then we have Yogo, Kage player, a very strong defensive player. And then the seventh player is Rayo Rao and Go.
Ready, go!
There's supposed to be an eighth player, Ita, also known as Kitaro, but unfortunately, due to health issues, he will not participate. So hopefully we discover soon. I think that is
Knockout!
but this league style play, 2 blocks, first to 3, so it's going to be a lot of matches.
Ready,
And the finals will be a first to 5. Hey, thanks for playing that kid, and welcome VF Numbers. He's just now tied with you first month with 4 wins for this first quarter of 2023. Kante right now has the most, just by 1. So, and Gerald Whippers got 2nd first place finish. So.
knockout!
And I think tonight there's going to be the
Round 5.
Fight Club House
Ready,
and
go!
just think Richard Kazama's fighting this one. Right?
Yep, it's to make up for the last time it didn't happen because they had to deal with problems with challenge. But tonight's going to be an exciting one. So yeah.
This year we got 13 players, but there's still 3 spaces left.
Knockout!
The more people that play, the more everyone gets to experience different play styles. Alright, 3 more matches to go. And as the Pucker told me that they had an offline tournament in Arizona with 8 players.
Oh, awesome.
One that came from a Tekken background, and he got first place. But yeah, I asked him to post up the information about it. Because,
Yeah, I wish Juicebox had gotten back in. Juicebox just got back into VF this week, but I wish he had gotten back in time for that event. You know?
yeah, I'm not sure how far away SF is from Juicebox. Right? They know the same state or something.
Well, yeah, it depends. Juicebox is in the Phoenix area, though. Yeah, but if they're in the Phoenix area, yeah, it'll work out. But Scottsdale's is quite a bit farther away, and Mesa's further away.
Round 2. Ready, go!
As opposed to he's out away from the local in Arizona. So it's a nice distance to travel just to get local.
But shout out to the Arizona 3D fighting scene. They've got an awesome scene, and they have a Discord server. And during the Parsec days, they actually were running Virtua Fighter Parsec matches there. So they had a lot of good people out there. And actually, one of the old veterans, Chibitara. No, not Chibitara. Sorry. I forgot. Chibiaya. Chibiaya is lives out in Arizona now, Phoenix area, and long ago he had glaucoma, but he survived that, has recovered, and I didn't think he would be able to play fighting games again, but now he's able to again. But I think he's mostly playing the anime fighters now. But he lives out there, and he used to do podcasts and interviews for the VFC.
So look, Combo Expert is switching back to his main character Law. This should be there's a lot of strong players here.
Yeah, he's definitely up there as a favorite to take number 1 on the next league. So yes.
So actually, if everyone stays here, we have at least 1, 2 Combo Expert, Chan Chai. VF Number is playing Shun, so okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a different player server. What thanks for playing Zig Ziggy?
I love combo expert's use of step. This is feeling good. So combo expert, I hope this makes up for our battle in the league when it got lagged to hell. Because this is feeling pretty good. That was beautiful. That was awesome. Really, really good use. I love the reverse flip kick on that.
Yeah, I did a new Dragon Ninja from Arizona area. Dragon Ninja is a target play, right? I saw it getting a lot of like traveling to like this.
Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 5. Ready, go!
So
Coming up to this winter. Was it? Is it Winter Showdown? Is that what's called? Winter 3D. It's the 3D specific tournament.
no, I get them all mixed up myself.
I think that was coming up soon on the eastern side of the USA. Is it Winter Brawl?
Winter Brawl?
Yeah, it is Winter Brawl because they moved it to March, right? Yes, Winter Brawl, the Colorado tournament.
No, not the Colorado tournament.
No, the one
Well, that was Winter Showdown.
Pennsylvania College.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Round 1. Ready,
Yeah, but that definitely is the Colorado one, right? KRSJ.
Yes.
Major player. And second place went to was it Assassin or was it Texas Leon? But those were the top 2 players.
That was Texas Leon.
Texas Leon got second.
Good round, Filet-O-Fish. That was excellent. Good. Change of timing is really good.
round 2.
It's a good understanding for him too. Fish also plays a lot of different games.
They have a lot of good skills in their VF. I really like it. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. I couldn't believe that it caught that late too.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, he likes using the remote. I like it.
Now you guys get a second try experience. I think you guys can play different my
Yeah, different style.
different tries, so it's good to have a different style of things.
Well, we also have left, right?
That's true.
Knockout.
And I really like their approach to combat.
Ready, go!
They do like to attack quite a bit though. And I'm having trouble with my dad, so I need to rotate my arcade stick. Keep hitting down instead of down forward. A good test of inputs in this game is 4-3. Alright, good game, Filet-O-Fish. That was excellent battle.
Alright, we just have one more match and then we start the second league of the open league of the day. So any last minute people want to join, ask for 0312. Right now. So this will be the first time I actually seeing the numbers play shoot.
I have never seen Numbers play Shun either, so I'm looking forward to it.
I saw him play Alloy. And welcome, Tenguman.
Oh, awesome. Tenguman's in here? Excellent. We need to do that, like, Chicago recruitment.
Yeah. So, Kung Fu Hustle very nice. It's from Chicago. Okay. Tenguman, so, it's interesting sometimes offline. I don't. There you go.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice. There you go.
Pretty nice to live in Chicago as you're fighting and stuff. There's a combo breaker and a Fossy Fossy. Wow, that's really nice.
There you go.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh, also, Virtual Kazama. He's been starting to talk about doing this, the year anniversary of the Fire series.
Yeah, that's
This stuff, you might want to check that out.
amazing streams, yes. And he gives quizzes, history. He gives you everything. And he's been doing lobbies for like so many different VF games. So there's VF2, Lobby, 3TB, 4FT, and Ultimate Showdown. Good games.
Alright, good luck everyone.
Alright, good luck everyone. Alright, hope everyone's doing well. Again, we're on League number 2, so let's see how we go. Connection's feeling good again, but at the end of League 1, it felt pretty bad. So right now, you'll hear some of Akai stream on the background here. Hope you guys don't mind that. You can see me a little bit with the lighting now, because it's dark enough outside. Alright, those last sets of battles felt really good in intermission. Let's see if the League still holds up. This is Kung Fu Hustle. He did take me down. No, I won last time. We'll wait for him. Alright, there's a little lag there. Practice my movement while we're doing this. He might have to take care of something.
Time's up! Round 2. Ready, go!
Do one jab and come on. I'm gonna give you a free hit when you come back. Okay. Okay, our connection's not the best now, but it's what it is. Nice. Alright. So our connection is rough, but it's okay, it's what it is. No, it did normal hit that second one, okay.
Forgot to train, eh?
Alright, XC to mind. Let's hope to have a good battle.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
There you go, just went forward.
Forgot to train, eh?
Alright, Akai and Ripper is having a really good battle right now. And it's 2-2. This is really good. Akai's doing really good. Ripper's a very strong opponent. Love you, Arya. This is a very scary battle. Look at this. Akai's taking the lead right now. Very battle of the minds. Akai might win this. Oh, so tense. Oh, Akai takes it. Akai has knocked down General Ripper. It's a very good battle. And the connection looked very good between them too. Oh, it looked fine. Alright, so Setsuna and I, hopefully our connection's good. Our connection was rough last game, and it's been rough the last few weeks, so let's see how it goes. I don't know why, because usually our connection's really good, or it was pretty decent.
Round one. Ready, go!
Alright, there we go. One thing is I have to disable Setsuna from doing hop kick, and I have to punish him for doing back throw. And so using mids is important against him. And highs too. Oh, that slowdown.
Round three. Ready, go!
Good. Good. Yeah. So he fixed the timing on his Okizeme. He adjusted it. That makes all the difference. Good. Better Okizeme.
Ready, go!
I hate that. Botched my input there. That's okay. That was a good battle. Good battle. Alright, so let's do this.
Ready, go!
Yeah. Good game. Good game. So we did have moments of hiccup, but the connection was way better that time. He made really good adjustments. He got his Okizeme timing down better. That's like, as long as he gets his Oki timing down, it's really good. He did switch off of low rising attack when I started punishing it. Still doing, we didn't have that many throw moments, so he did use forward throw a little, so that the mix was good. So I can't complain about the mix there. Again, one of the things I do try to do is I need to cut him off from crushing. And so that means I gotta use mids, but he did use reversal at a really good time to kind of, get me off of the mids. So in the future, that's actually a pretty good tactic, but don't want to do it too much. Just twice is enough. But doing a mid reversal is a good way to get the opponent to stop doing mids, unless they switch to like two-handed. Then that's scary, because you cannot reversal two-handed attack. And for Leon, that means that's a combo starter. So it was really good stuff. That was a good battle. I know the lag was in there, but it was a good battle, and he made good adjustments. The lag screwed us both in some of the Okizeme situations. But most of the time, he nailed his timing on the Okizeme is good.
Round one. Ready, go!
That's good. Very good. So Akai is doing really good. Now I can. This is the Akai that's really scary. He evaded in a way that's good. He didn't hit a button. It's like with Akai, don't count on things that beat people that hit buttons. Oh, my screen actually going bad now.
Round 3. Ready, go! Round 4. Ready, go!
That was really good. Oh, that's ring out. That was good. Really good, Akai. Really good. Alright, let's do this.
Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
Very good game, Akai. That connection was way better.
Serious fight!
Oh, Tengu Man's gonna so wreck me here. Okay, this is so awesome. I love Tengu Man's Aoi. I want to fight it like a lot because it's really good training. They're just so good. So good.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
That was excellent. Man, that is an awesome trap. Okay, so response to my evade was 4-3P.
Ready, go!
My God, this is so good. There's a lot of tech I've never seen before. This is really cool shit. That was down back, so that was one. Okay, forward throw, always. Good game, Tengu Man. Good game. So that's awesome that slides under the high. So he punished me for doing PKP. That was really good. Hey Hernan, that was an awesome battle with Tengu Man's Aoi. I have not seen a lot of those setups before. Like just totally, yeah, that was really good stuff. I really love the stuff that Tengu Man just showed. Really want to spar them more. Want to spar with you too, Hernan. Hope you've been doing well. How are you doing, my friend? Alright, Combo Expert. Combo Expert's gonna get revenge. I got the win in warm-ups. He's gonna get the win now. Good using the circular. He knows I want to evade there, so he's gonna challenge me on that. It's good. Dash. I tried to punish the dash.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, well, I want to spar. Any way to spar with you is fine, man. I don't like connection is fine. Online, offline, either way. Yeah, I've been having rough connections the past 3 weeks, but today is probably doing better. But right, oh my god, that backdash is good. All right, I'm gonna lose this. Beautiful battle, Combo Expert. But yeah, we'll get to fight sometime, and I do want to fight you in Everett, Washington, if you can make it up there. But yeah, this is gonna be good stuff, man. But no pressure if you can't. You know, if that becomes a difficult trip, I understand. But we'll get to we're gonna fight. You know, like I love fighting you in VF, so it's gonna be good. Yeah, the Silicon Valley Bank is a big deal, and then on top of that, some are going to follow, because especially the cryptos have actually been heavily invested in them. So a lot of cryptos are going to crash.
Round 1.
Yeah, or not a lot, just some. I need to get my head in the game, because right now I'm thinking of our conversation. Alright, let's go.
Ready, go!
That is something that works against Y2D. 2P is good against people that are overly aggressive. Tengu Man's not, General Ripper is not overly aggressive though, but they do sometimes have like offensive flows that get messed up by 2P. So that's like a trap. It's not an online thing, that like works, that's like an Adam Yuki thing that I learned. Yeah, stable coins had a certain amount that was invested, and they actually fell below $1, which is against their general thing. So the crypto, yep, nice. All right, I gotta focus on this match. That was beautiful.
Round 5. Ready, go!
That was beautiful.
Knockout.
Alright, good games. So when you fight someone, actually Kage and Leon, and even Eileen's a little dangerous to do this. Okay, so against Leon and against Kage, doing like mash 2P actually works. Even Jackie, it works against Jackie too, because a lot of their flows just somehow get interrupted by offline too. So it's like, yeah. But it's good. But I think he was surprised that I used that tactic. So, but that's not an online tactic. Like this is something. Even Homestay Kira, like that's the basics of his tip when he says, "Mash more." You know, sometimes you just do that, and it'll stop people that are playing responsibly, that are like watching and doing quick options like me.
You better take me seriously.
But you gotta know when to stop doing it. So usually there's a time when I stop doing it. Good. Good. Alright, here we go somewhere. Ult.
Ready, go!
So their connection is good. Silverbolt's actually doing really well, but I'm doing some pretty impressive setups here. The problem with doing like something like her sweep is that she's going to be at disadvantage after it. I think that was minus 13. I think I could have. Good game, Silverbolt. I know I made it hard for you, but you're a good enough player that this giving you hard stuff to deal with. I fight a lot of Vanessa, so I have a lot of experience against Vanessa. You're doing good. You're doing good. I know that you're easy to get frustrated, but you are doing good. But that is an interesting trait with a lot of the newer generation Vanessa players that I've played with. They really let you know how they feel, and they really get unhappy a lot of times. And it's not because of Vanessa. Vanessa is a really good character. She's a really good character in this game. It's just, but she is a technical character, and she actually kind of teaches you BF backwards if you're playing defense stance. And so that's nothing wrong with that, but it does mean that there's like the homework you have to do a lot comes later. Yeah, this could be an awesome battle to watch. But the thing is I favor Aoi in this matchup. I feel like Lao is just too much mid and high.
Ready, go!
Is it? I think this is, yeah, this is the third one, maybe. But Kai might do another one if he goes fast, but I'm not sure. But actually, this might be the last one. We'll see. But I do favor Aoi in this matchup. I think Tengu Man's Aoi is a lot for Lao to handle. But it's a good battle. It's just that, but Lao does have certain awesome things. So some of the tech that Lao has, Lao's from crouch 4-6P is really good against Aoi. If he ever blocks her sweep, he can do that, and she can't do anything. It's guaranteed. It beats all of her options, all her cancel options, all her stance options. it beats her yin yang stance, it beats her yin yang cancels, so she can't do anything. That's the only move that I know in this game that can beat Aoi's sweep. Like, Aoi's sweep is so safe because of the stance cancels, so she just kind of does it a lot, and as long as she cancels it and it does options, she can win situations after the sweep. So it's a good move, but Lao is one of the only characters that I know. Lao has the only move I know that flat out can just, as long as it blocks a sweep, will win. And that is his from crouch, force XP, where he goes like wham, it like hits really hard. So it's a matter of learning how to do force XP whenever you block the sweep. And that's a hard skill to build, but if you can build that habit, Lao, at the very least, Lao can punish Aoi for doing sweeps. Now, why is Aoi a tough matchup for Lao? Lots of mids, lots of highs. Gives her very easy targets. Her yin-yang stance will stop a lot of what he wants to do. She makes him stop. She just makes him like slow down dramatically. He has lows, but it's not like he has like a lot of great lows. He just has a couple good ones. 3 good ones that will deal with her, but the problem is usually when you fight Aoi, you want to condition her with lows because she can cover the mids and highs like really well. So it's a good match, but I admire that matchup because of the skill of the players. Tengu Man and Combo Expert are both highly skilled players. Setsuna is leading, I think, right now, if I'm not mistaken. That's awesome. Alright, Filet-O-Fish gave me a hard time in casuals. Almost took me out. So, let's see how this goes this time, because they have a lot of potential. Now, I am predicting some of their low punches and their 3P, so don't ever be predictable with your 3P. I don't know what move I just did. Alright. I also predicted that they would do something slow there, so that's why I went for the slow sweep. That was good. Good game, Filet-O-Fish has a lot of good stuff in their game. It's a good pie. It is. It's a lot of striking, but they did use throws, right? So it's just a matter of experience in the matchup, and against me anyways, because I think they fight STL Tim, but me and STL Tim fight pretty differently. So yeah, keep it up. I have a lot of belief in Filet-O-Fish's pie. Alright, numbers is Shun. Okay, so numbers is learning Shun. Okay, watch me lose to it anyway. Yeah. Setsuna is looking to win this thing. So awesome. Awesome stuff. I already lost 2, so. do like this lever that I built for Adam, actually. I like it a lot. He's just not used to Shun yet. He will get used to it. He's thinking about a million options. There you go. Good game. Oh wow. Am I tied with Setsuna for first now because Akai took Setsuna? I think we...
I thought I'm better.
So,
congratulations, Setsuna.
First person to get past AAA status.
Yeah, congratulations.
I might be a spoiler here, make it a little bit difficult for you, but you got
You did.
That was awesome. Good job, man.
You went so hard, Tantra. Oh my god.
Yeah, our connection was better this time, but it did lag a little. But you did great. I commented on all the things that were different on this matchup, and then yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Tengu Man's always showed me setups I have never seen before. There's awesome stuff. I had so much fun on this last league.
Alright, one more league. So 5 matches before we begin.
Alright, one more league.
And again, congratulations, Setsuna. You're our first player to get out of AAA. So we'll just. I don't have anything fancy, so I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
We'll call it. You're now the S league. You're an S class. So.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. So we'll do 5 matches before we begin the next league.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Alright, Numbers has brought back Ray Fang.
Number just going back to his late pay. And I think Setsuna and Chancha is now tied for most wins in the first quarter 2023.
Most wins or most first place? Oh, okay, those are wins. Okay.
Most first place finishes in 2023. And with Numbers being behind you guys.
And also, Numbers is gonna overtake that. Or gonna overtake me. We'll see.
Hey, thanks for coming, Jimmy. And also thanks for joining Ernan. So we got a lot of strong players here. I think it's like Jimmy is going to use Eileen.
Awesome.
He just got everybody.
Yeah, he's good with everybody.
Jimmy's just good at VF. His fundamentals are so good. His understanding of the game in detail is so good too. And he's just, but his execution as well. We're very fortunate to have him in our community.
Round 4. Ready, go! Ring out!
So is anything else that we have topic-wise?
Ready, go!
I think for the month of March, that's the Pro Championship and the Evo Japan. The big ones.
By the way, Setsuna, a nice illustration on how to punish Vanessa's kick. It's a really good crop dash in the
I was
shoulder
not
round.
paying attention.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Underneath it.
it's that you got to crouch dash under the second one and then whiff punish it. And so he used the shoulder round, but it is hard. Like it's easier said than done. But yeah. It's just that move just comes out of nowhere, and I don't know. It's like another knee, and she's got a lot of knees. Yeah, a lot of times I'm just like, ah, dang, I'm too late. Like I realized they're doing kick way too late.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I would say Silverbolt does exercise reading. They've got more like passive type of play, but I would encourage them to just keep expanding their repertoire, keep expanding their comfort with all the different parts of the movement, especially with Vanessa. But they're using really good. They're using really good moves, but there's a lot of stuff they can still add to it. But I know that the results are going to be might be tougher to come by at first when you do that, because you do lose. Like when you get yourself to use more different moves, oftentimes you're going to lose in the process of getting used to how to use it really well in combat. But the stuff they are using is very good for sure.
Round 3. Ready, go!
And they are using both stances. Like their use of 9P is quite good. They choose to use offense stance 9P just at certain key moments, and it's really good.
Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
Yeah, the one difficulty with especially people starting the game, learning your own character and also then playing against a lot of different opponents and stuff. Different characters, there's a lot of stuff to something. It could be overwhelming. But again, I always one thing I do found positive on Silverbolt is that he keeps playing even though it's frustrating at times. So hopefully these weekly experience will help in the long run. I see
generally you need to control that tilt. It's not easy. I'm human, and like that kid said, I do have certain anger issues. Sometimes I get I think people that know me have probably not seen it in person. Like have fought me so many times that they're like, okay, this guy's mad.
Round 1. Ready,
But yeah, you gotta learn how to kind of rein it in and so take notice that you're doing it, so people won't be able to exploit it. Because it does get exploited. a good player will take notice of that and will start doing the things that are taking you out the most. Also, don't slam your PS4. You'll regret it immediately.
Doing that damage for property, yes.
Or Agnes. Oh, nice door escape.
Yeah, Kage has a lot of moves that gets into Jumonji and Shippushin. And it's almost kind of like a late.
Well, it's that he's well, no, it's more that his standard moves get him into those, right? So elbow is going to get him into the Jumonji stance, and then punch kick as well as 2 P plus K is going to get him into Shippu stance. And so it's really see right there where he did PK into Shippu, right? So case in point. So you know. And those are the ones you want to be careful of.
Isn't there moves that Kage has? Like he has the option for either execution and like one single move at this
4P. 4P, the high elbow.
If you press PK after elbow, it'll get him into the Shippuden stance, and if he holds the button, it'll get him into the moon. And John Rupert raises them really well.
He does.
He's pretty good.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Yeah, so if Joe Whipper plays in the league a lot more, I'll have to wait a little more to kind of get matched up.
Well, the way that you play is pretty good against Kage too. Kage has trouble generating damage from normal hits. He really relies on counter hit, and you can sweep Kage a lot because Kage's punish for lows is really, it's like just for him to do a decent punish, it means he has to do Dragon Punch of Doom. and so the execution on that's like a pain in the butt. And so because of that, some people just sweep Kage all day. However, but his answer is that he crushes lows, right? So that's why he's got to use 9K plus G. It's risky because it's a slow attack, but the fact is he's got to punish you ahead of time when he knows you're going to do a low.
Well, Kage has 2 very useful defensive combo stars, right? 3KG, which avoids low attacks. And it's also like a +0 or +1 combo. And then you also have the evasive high attack one, which is the 3PP.
Yeah, 3PP will is his crush. He's a crush artist, so if using highs and lows, you got to make sure he doesn't read you on those. You know, he's good at crushing highs and good at crushing lows. And then against mids, if he gets into Jumanji stance, that's gonna Sabaki you. You know, whereas Shippu is gonna whiff punish you and set up combos. Obviously, his throw game is really good. And he has a good wall game too, and he's the best at ringing out. There are a lot of characters that are amazing at ringing out. Kage is the very best.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Very nice wolf battle between Tengu and Combo Expert. It's awesome.
Yeah, one of the best ways to improve is actually rewatching the match with a combo actor.
Ready, go!
It's sometimes tough to watch yourself lose, but it's one way that you find out to improve it. It's one of the better ways to improve in the game.
Wolf has that met. Yeah. Well, Tengu Man has just gotten so strong on these types of situations. It's really scary.
He hasn't gotten strong as much as he is strong. It's very solid. He's got very solid damage across the board with all his characters. So
he's always been strong, but I think right now he's clearly stronger than he was a year ago. So
yeah.
But I mean, he was already in a very high tier of players. I'm just
I beat him at Combo Expert last year. I'm Combo Breaker. I'm not. I don't think I could beat him now in a tournament. No.
The thing also I noticed, the first time Quick has taken up to I think last year also for me. But the main thing always amazed that is that he has very good stage awareness. Like he all over the ring out very good to be used so far. Yeah, it's very frustrating to play something that I'm struggling with about my position of the stage. But I have no stage awareness as much as I have pretty much no sense of direction in real life also, so it doesn't help me.
That's why is that when you use defense?
Yes, that's true, because I'm pretty much a Wama, right? Yeah, I have no sense of direction outside. That was fine.
Well, yeah, he's very strong there, and not only that, but like he will know what attacks to use diagonally as well, and kind of check you out. So how he did that 3KG, he knew that if he translated out, he was going to catch him. That was his plan. Very ginger. That's one of the things I immediately caught on about Nero when he went in New York. He's very good at what he does. So that's what I think is the mark of a very strong player. So you know exactly what you want to do, why you're doing it, and what's next, and why you're doing it. Yeah. But yeah, I think things will only get stronger.
I mean, he has added techniques that I think we never used before. Like he's using more today card dash.
Yeah.
Because previously I could use Pi and just go for the button calls, and if I think he's going to be late, then now he buffed in the caution dash and use that high sector and buffers underneath it, and I get punished.
Yeah.
So, adapt now to him that. Yeah, but I do hope that hopefully he and the other Chicago players can get together. Because I think some of the St. Louis players want to do something back and forth from Chicago. And I think it's like a 5-hour commute back and forth from Chicago to St. Louis.
That's not bad.
I think that was the last match, right?
No idea, sure.
Okay, I was thinking too much, I forgot. Let me check. But yeah, that's it. Okay, guys.
Alright, here you go. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everyone.
Alright, that was a really fun intermission. Alright, Jimmy's using Aoi. I love this. I need this matchup experience. This is wonderful. Gosh, so many good Aois.
Round one. Ready, go!
Oh, come on. Our connection is hicking up. Too bad. Hiccuping so bad.
Ready, go!
I gotta wait for the mid before I do the... Thought I would get that.
Round three. Ready, go!
Very good game. Thank you so much, Jimmy. That was a wonderful match. The connection got a lot better at the end there, so thank you very much. Interesting points against Ali. Okay. Let's consider that. It's interesting that they'll do PPPK. I think they're afraid of 8K, maybe?
Round one. Ready, go! Excellent! Round two. Ready, go!
Very good.
Knockout!
Alright, here we go.
Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout! What a knucklehead!
Team Silverbolt.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout!
Sorry, Combos, but connection's gotten really rough.
Ready, go!
There you go. Good game. Sorry for connection combo.
Forgot the train, eh?
Give me less to general ripper. Makes sense. Hernan, I'm glad you're in here. Welcome to the league, man. This is a crazy league. Look at this. This is a very crazy league. Okay. A little lag there.
Round one.
See how it goes.
Ready, go!
No, it felt good for a moment. Okay.
Round two. Ready, go! Excellent.
The lag is rough. That lag messed him up.
Round three. Ready, go!
Good. That was beautiful. That's the kind of. Then switch to neutral. This is going to be a rough match, but I can do this.
Ready, go!
That was good.
Knockout.
All right. All right, Hernan, let's do this. I'm looking forward to our battle, man.
Round one. Ready, go!
That was good. All right, let's ring out.
Ring out.
Good round. Good first round.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Man, that's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. That was an awesome round. I really like a lot of, Hernan's learned a lot about Leon now, and this is really good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Sorry for the connection, Hernan. Like, there's a lot of good stuff you're doing. We both botched that. That was lag. I'm sorry, my friend. I know that, like, lag messed you up in this round.
Ready, go!
Good. That was beautiful. Good ring out. Good ring out. Good ring out. Good game, man. That was a lot of fun, my friend. I know the lag was there, but I had fun regardless. So I like a lot of you were using your strategy. You were using your reads. Very good stuff. It has no chill today. Oh, I really like your Brad. And I like now how you're fighting the matchup even more. Now that you spent some time with Leon too, so it's really good stuff. Like, keep it up. That was beat me up good there. But I do think, so I think our matches are always a lot of fun for me. I definitely think that when the day comes when we play offline, I think we're gonna have these like really awesome battles. I think they're gonna be so much fun. But I have a feeling that my connection right now is messed with, like, I think my family's cooking stuff, so it's like the microwave is messing with them. It's not on Wi-Fi. I don't get it. It's wired connection, Ethernet, but I don't know. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, oh, they're gonna be so much fun battles. Like, you and I love to go for like really good stuff at the right times, you know. And so I think our battles are just gonna be awesome offline.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Okay. Oh my god, I don't know if I'm tech rolling or not. Yeah, this is gonna be such a mess, but it's okay. I gotta fight it out. Let's do this, Ripper.
Round 2. Ready, go!
I can't believe I can't ECD. Okay, when you evade Kage, you have to use meds. Shippu is going to duck under highs.
Ready, go!
I hate this. Like, Like, I'm having to hard guess a lot of stuff that's normally confirmable. That's okay, he has to deal with it too. Like right now I'm setting up guesses in advance and trying to guess right early. Ah, I hit a button too early. That was a good game. Good game, Ripper. Very good game, Ripper. Ah, very close. It's gonna be a hard match, but it's gonna be fun. But Brad does not like fighting Aoi though, so like the Aoi matchup is annoying for Brad. But at least Brad still has stuff. But yeah, Brad has tools, but using those tools, oh, it's kind of rough. But awesome battle, Ripper. Actually, it sounds like it worked because I think in the lore, like Aoi had like a funny feeling about Brad. Good.
Round 3.
Shoot.
Ready, go! Forgot to train, eh?
Hey Nelly, good to see you. Yep, it is me with a hint of red today. But how you doing, Nelly? I'm doing good today. Man, had some good battles in this last league. The connections is present. It is an issue, but the battles have been good. Like Hernan and I had a good battle. It was close. General Ripper and I had a really good close battle as well. Yeah, and then. Yeah, it's been good stuff. Fought Jimmy. Jimmy's always hard, and I love that. Earlier, Tenguman's always so much fun to fight against. Oh my gosh. I want to fight against Jimmy and Tengu Man's alley like a lot, like all day. Like Tengu Man showed me a lot of cool new stuff with their alley, like a lot of cool new setups I just wasn't used to. Yeah, Tengu plays at my speed. So is that, you really feel that my speed is as fast as Tengu's? I always feel like Tengu's a faster player than me. but we do make quick choices. Yeah, we make very fast commitments. So I guess it is a similar speed, but yeah, I had a lot of fun fighting Tengu's alley. And it does make you have to think so quickly, and when you see a setup you're like, what was that? You know? Yeah. Well, I take that as a huge compliment to my speed, so but hope you've been doing really well, Nelly. Some of today my connection was a lot better than it was in the previous 2 weeks. I did a lot of things to try to make it work better, but I still need to
Ready, go!
Okay, that's the setup. That's what it is. Thank you, numbers. Okay.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Oh, really? Both of us are dealing with connection. Okay, he's getting messed by the connection.
Round 3.
He's struggling with it. That's like +9. Come on, Chai. Okay, evading is bad. I shouldn't be trying to evade when it's connections like this. Yeah, nice. I'm glad he didn't go for Savaki. I'm so glad he didn't go for Savaki. Everybody beats me in that setup because they Savaki, I always go for mid kick. Like his back is turned, I want to mid kick him so bad. 1K is the answer, but he overthought it. He knows like my habit is to do a mid kick there, and that if he did Savaki he would win, but that time it worked. You know? So I think he was just worried about that I would 1K for once. But yeah, the connection started out awesome and now it's gone pretty rough. This league has been a rough connection, but the quality of the matches, while compromised a bit, the guessing games are really good. And the guessing games in the context of the lag is really good. So like, I do like fighting opponents that are gonna just try to tough it through and are like, they're gonna deal, just like I'm gonna try to deal. And that was a lot of that here. Really good stuff. Right, Jimmy has to deal with it all the time. He has probably a bad connection to a lot of people. I think Whipper sometimes has a bad connection to a lot of people, but they can play so strong in all connections. Alright, got Tengu Man. Tengu Man's gonna get revenge. His wolf like lost in the warm-ups against me, so he's gonna have a plan now. It's gonna be very scary because I'm not that good against wolf.
Ready, go!
god, I can't believe that beat the 1 PP. Normally 1 PP would win this thing. Yeah, that move is good for that.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout!
The lag messed him up there.
Ready, go!
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do Raw against me. I do stuff like PKP. So, good game, Tiger.
See? I thought I'm better.
Well, I climbed back up, and that was a lot of fun. This was an awesome league though because just the players were great. Everybody toughed it out. It's good stuff. Oh, okay. So in Portland, we actually had a VF4 version B machine in Portland for a long time, and actually it was quite successful machine there. How we got it was cool because I was playing Virtua Fighter 3 2B with Rayblade, and the manager at Tilt, at the Lloyd Center Tilt arcade, asked me if that he can get Virtua Fighter 4 should he get it, and I told him I don't know how successful it would be, but I told him that I can guarantee that I would pump in like $40 a weekend on it. so that's kind of so. Then I'll go into that story a little after this chat with Akai about how exactly that 57 wins happens.
Yeah, congrats on second place, Akai. Thanks. I just knew that I was the last match.
Really, congratulations also.
Please
You
do
did
so.
awesome.
Please leave it open for those who want to participate. Alright. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. So usually we host this once every weekly. For actually starting this next weekend and for the month of April, my schedule is going to be a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure what my schedule will be, but I'll try to post early enough so that I know if there is going to be a game session or not. At least if I post it. But I think sometimes maybe even Japan is coming up soon, so Chansha and Sensei won't be able to host on Sundays.
Yeah, you're gonna be out for 2 Sundays. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Tuesday,
both of us
yeah.
will be out for both weekends, for 2 weekends, the same ones.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to date. But again, thank you very much everyone for playing. If you guys know people who want to participate, or you think people would like it, please spread the word. We always want to get as much people as possible to come and play.
Don't forget, also watch the Challenge Cup finals next week. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. So that'll be about midnight time.
It's going to be Saturday night, right? Probably Friday night or Saturday night.
For you guys living West Coast, it'll be 10:30 p.m.
Okay, awesome.
Saturday night 10:30 p.m. For Central and East Coast, it'll be midnight at 1:30 p.m. Then we start.
Yeah,
Might not make it.
it's gonna be a wonderful one though. So if you can, watch it. Wake up a little bit, take a peek.
I'll just stay out the raid and watch it.
Oh, highlight link again. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be the league box is the first to group. So they have to play the character that they start off, or they sign up to play as, and then if they lose, they can just switch characters. But for the league block play, it's going to be first to 3, and then the finals will be a first to 5. And of course, Peter won't be able to play because of health issues. So one block is have 3 players, and another block has 4 players.
My heart's out to them too. I hope they'll be okay.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious.
Red Eye Black Goat. The way you can watch it on the official VF official YouTube. But there's another way that we watch it, which is oftentimes Shidosha, Shidosha. They have a Twitch channel, and oftentimes they do a watch party, which we can chat about in English. Helps English speakers understand the game. So I highly recommend watching in Shidosha's channel. It's a lot of fun, but the official VF is also a good way to support and increase the view numbers, and it's on YouTube.
And actually, I believe it's going to be streamed on Twitch also. I remember awesome. From the last Challenge Cup finals, which they will be actually streaming it on Twitch also. But they haven't actually said anything since then. So, but let's see what else. Yeah, so I posted the link that should be the link to the here. Let's skip that. Actual link to YouTube. This is a link to the YouTube. You could just save it, and then it'll remind you when it comes up at your time zone and everything. But yeah, that's basically it I have. So this next coming Sunday, I am not sure of my entire schedule, but I'll try to keep you guys updated to make sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everything. I know we say it every week, but we really mean it. You do. You do so much for us. So thank you.
Well, yeah, thanks for everyone who always shows up. That's what the session is for. So if there's nobody who can't play, then there won't be any of these on Sunday. So, but okay, all right. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time, and have a good week.
All right, have a good week.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, Nelly, if you're still there, so Nelly, if you're still there, I can answer the question. So the story about the 57 wins on my thumbnail. So it happens at Lloyd Center Tilt, which actually when we first got it, Shane came to Portland and we played on that machine too. Anyhow, that machine was brutal on our hands because it was a converted Blitz arcade machine. So the guard punch kick is miles apart. So your hands hurt playing on that machine, and yet it was still very popular. Okay, so how it happened. It started with there was epic VF battles that were happening between me, Rayblade, and a couple of strong VF players in our scene, but only for maybe the first 15 to 20 matches were those intense battles, and I was on a win streak at the end of those battles, so that makes up the 15 to 20 because we had a lot of battles before that, So then we had those, but then after that, there was still competitive players, but not Ray. Ray had to go somewhere, so Ray left. Because normally he would cut that win streak short at some point. Ray and I were usually Ray and I are back and forth. However, it tended to be one day I'd be strong and another day Ray would be strong. So that's kind of how our patterns went. It was on the day, but that day I was strong. And then we fought good battles. However, by the time we get to the 30 match mark, it is still good battles, but there's also other players in our scene, developing players that were playing, and they now here's the thing, I do tell them this. I said, look, when you fight me, I'm gonna guarantee we'll go 5 rounds, or at least if I keep winning, we're gonna go 5 rounds. If you beat me 3-0, that's fine, but I'm gonna throw it to make sure that we have 5 rounds on my side. But on that 5th round, I'm gonna play as hard as I can. But in the rounds before the 5th round, I'll give you any advice you want. And so I was teaching a lot of players, but I was also competing with other players, so it was a nice mix. And so that's why people just keep staying. That's why people, you know, let the machine keep running with 2 players for over 57 games. And then finally, the thing is that thing ended not because of a loss. It ended because I had to go watch a movie that I had tickets for, and it was finally time to go watch the movie. So at 57, I was just like, I gotta go to my movie. So I left. So that's how I got the 57 wins on that machine. So yeah, back then Ray wasn't yet understanding how, like, my approach to community, that like you really got to help players and you really got to make it fun for everybody. And it's not that people are like privileged to fight the guy that's winning all the time, it's that they got to really actually enjoy the game. And if they have a sense, if they feel like, if they can see their growth, that they're improving, or see that there's a way to get better, that's better for the scene. Ray would later on adopt this viewpoint too, and that's why Ray is very strong about building community. But back then, Ray was more competitive minded. I mean, I'm competitive minded too, and you know that. But I also have this long-term view of the community, and I'm like, well, we can have nights where we're competitive and I'm playing competitive people, and we can have these other days where I want to help build the scene because I want more people playing VF, you know? Because why do I travel to New York to play VF? Because you want to get stronger, you want to play people that are really strong, and because it's not the most popular game in the country, so you got to build it, and that's my viewpoint, yeah.
Round 3.
But I would say about half of those matches were very competitive. Actually, more than half, but there were some of those matches are just me teaching somebody and then giving them the chance to win it on the 5th round. So, yeah. Were you teaching players by beating them up? Were you like kind of like doing the old school? I mean, it's not even old school. Like, I think my approach just comes from doing martial arts, but we all do it, right? But when you do martial arts, there's a reason there's a rank system, right? And when you do martial arts, there's the whole, okay, mindlessly doing forms, right? Well, why do we do that? And later on, they're going to explain the context later. They give you an introductory context, but they're going to give you advanced application and how to actually properly use it in a fight, you know, later. So it's one of those things where, I don't know, it's just, to me, it's always been obvious that, look, when it comes to video games, okay, when it comes to martial arts, people are paying like $90, $100, whatever, a month to do those martial arts. So they're invested. When it comes to video games, they're not as invested. They're doing it because it's fun first, right? That's what got them into it. Now, some people, you and I and some others, we already have confidence in our skills in gaming, so we probably just see it, you know, we just kind of go like, this is the game I want to play, and we already know. Like, when Street Fighter 2 came out, that was the answer to something that I had wanted for a long time, right? I was like, I want action games, but I want to be able to fight other players, you know? But for a lot of people, that's not the case. A lot of people, it's just a video game. And I still want those players because I want the game to be popular. I want people that want to watch it as much as want to play it. And people that feel like this is fun, you know. So I was always about community building. Ray did get better at it. Ray, actually, it was after Ray and I had like where I told Ray, like, I cut him off for like 2 or 3 years, and then I came back and he was like a community builder. Like, before I knew it, I didn't realize when, but that transition did happen at some point, and he was a community builder then. So, but before that, he did have that mindset, and he still does have the mindset that he's just good. And so, you know, it's just like, I'm just good. And like, there's a talent, and I would like people to respect that talent, right? That's, for me, I'm like, well, I want people to know that they can have fun and they can improve. You know, I'm not saying they're going to become Homestay Akira, but I want to train them to be as good as they can be, but that's up to them. But I'm going to try to help. Yeah.
Well, New York, you have a player density. So Japan is the same way, right? Japan and New York, you have player density. In New York, you had Adam, you had you guys playing VF2, you had Hero, you know, and you had Andy. So you guys had like a thriving community because you have population density, right? I'm coming out in Portland. You're gonna need to use some honey in Portland because there's just simply not as many players, right? And so you're gonna take what you can get, and then but you also, I have the confidence that I can build it. So even when I went to college, I'm in a college town, you know, 2 hours away from Portland. And you know what I did was while I did go to Portland every weekend, I would set up fighting game times. One is I would play Soul Calibur arcade machine and I'd play Tekken 4 arcade machine like crazy. Not because I loved those games, though I do enjoy them a lot, but because I was looking for other fighting game players. And then the arcade also started having consoles for rent, like at the arcade. So I would put flyers up, said that if you want to play fighting games, meet me at the lounge at that time. And I also knew, just from my experience, that you have to be there. You can't just go, oh, nobody showed up and I stopped, right? You have to actually just go and be present every single time, do your homework, whatever, but be there so that when somebody does come, you're there to play fighting games with them. And you start with playing whatever fighting game they want to play, but at some point they want to know, then they'll ask me what game I play, and I'll play Virtua Fighter, and then they'll be interested in learning it, and I'll teach them. So I did that. Also, the Tekken 4, playing Tekken 4, that was how I found like the three Koreans on campus that actually played Virtua Fighter on my college town. And actually one of them still plays. One of them is I see on PlayStation Network, it's Hanwiz, you know. But and we used to play like, you know, a few days a week at my apartment. So yeah. But you have to just always, back then especially, you just had to be there, right? Just like Akai doing Sunday League, you got to make it regular. People got to know that they can do it and that it's reliable, because they're gonna, when people invest, they're like making time for something. Last thing they want is to feel like that you're gonna flake on them. It's the worst, right? In New York, as a New Yorker, you know, because New Yorkers don't tolerate flakes at all. You know, like they really don't, right? The worst sin in New York is wasting people's time. You know, so it's like the biggest sin in New York, from what I learned. Like, you can be a jerk in New York, you just can't waste people's time. So. Yeah, so now I grew up in the arcades too, and in the arcades, yes, and I was winning a lot, and then I fought people that were really strong, right? Street Fighter 2, when Street Fighter 2 came out, I was in Los Angeles. I was really close to where Adam and Gerald are, LA Akira are, but I was living there at the time, and so the 7-Eleven on my block had Street Fighter 2, but then when Champion Edition came, I had to walk like 1.5 miles to go to the bowling alley, and that's when you get to see other players. But also, when I would go to other places like, you know, like Golfland or the mall, you know, then I would see a different group of players. And you know, so back then I did fight against a lot of strong players, but then also weak players because it was popular. And you know, you also had to deal with house rules, because back then there were some arcades where the idiots that were leading the Street Fighter would have like no throw rules, right? And if you did throw, like you would get beaten up. So you had to like learn how to like play Street Fighter without throwing, which is dumb. But at the same time, it's like, okay, when I still beat you, because the reason you don't like throwing is because you've got a weakness. You know, so you know, so I grew up in like that type of environment too, right? And that's fine. That's what I like. That's why you saw me go to New York, and you saw that I didn't mind getting beat up in New York. You saw that I had confidence that I was gonna figure it out, that I was gonna be fine. And I gained a lot from New York. I gained a lot from arcades, but I also know that at the end of the day, you know that sometimes you need to take the honey approach as opposed to vinegar. You know, but when you find competitive players, yes. So in Portland, actually, during Final Showdown, I was able to separate the two. I was able to work on both. I was able to, I made it clear that there were these open sessions, and that the open sessions were more about having fun with VF. And then I made sure that twice a week there was competitive sessions, and in the competitive sessions that was really about killing everybody and like winner stays, and we're playing like to get stronger for tournaments, you know. And we got a lot of players that got very strong through that. So I did do both approaches. It's just kind of, you just got to match it to the player, right? It's also like martial arts school, right? There are martial arts schools where they're just, for whatever reason, it's just the kids going there. So it's family oriented, and so maybe they can get good at forms, but competition is going to be a lot harder to nurture that. And then there are other schools where they know this is where you do the fighting. And then there are schools that do both. I was fortunate to go through all of that, right? I did casual judo at the middle school. Then I did Taekwondo, and that was a more serious Taekwondo because that my teacher did have a reputation. But better yet, you know, John Wick 3 has Mark Dacascos as Zero, right? I studied Kung Fu under his father, who happened to be in Oregon when I was a teenager. And that's because one of my friends who was like the best martial artist that I'd known in my peer group was studying under him. And so I got to study under him. And actually, he had a more honey approach than you would think, but his system was really strong, and that's why he has a strong reputation. That's Al Dacascos. And if you look him up, you will see, you know, he's got like so many accolades. You know, Al Dacascos is considered a legend, so I was lucky to compete with him. And he excelled at both forms. He excelled at fighting. And in the 70s, he was especially known because when Kung Fu wasn't performing as strong in competition as like karate, he was winning tournaments with Kung Fu, you know. But he's Filipino-Hawaiian. And the system is under Kaju Kembo. But yeah, ironically enough, one of his teachers was Wong Jack Man, who is the Kung Fu rival for Bruce Lee that has so many different weird stories about. But he had many teachers, yeah. And so, and even though it was like the mid '90s, well, UFC was already gaining popularity. He was teaching grappling also. But the funny thing about his system is, I would say that what makes his system actually kind of strong in competition fighting is that he's essentially teaching you how to fight like southpaw, but as a right-hander. so there's a lot of sparring advantages to fighting that way. You know, so. But I think studying under Sifu Ao also taught me, like, you know, you can have your, what I wanted to know anyways, which is you can have competitive and you can have casual, and you can tailor it for everyone, but you do have to tailor to each individual needs, you know. You have to identify what the goals and the potential are in each person, and then work with that. Yeah, so doing open and competitive sessions was good, and I think that's, well, I mean, I think for you that's what you like too, Nelly, because getting to know you like the competitiveness when it's good spirit, right? But you also like but you prefer competition among honorable people. I think you really got annoyed when you have to do competition with, like, you know, with people that are deplorable. You know, like, I think like you hated that more than anything. So But if you respected their skill, it was one thing, and if they respected your skills, another. But I think you really just did not enjoy people that were deplorable, right? And so that's kind of another reason why sometimes you need to have this kind of. It's good to have a culture. It's good to have a. Like when I'm at a session, everybody knows they should be respectful, and I never like strictly enforce that. But I think it's just leading by example, that they know that, okay, Chanchai is a good guy. Nobody wants to be the bad guy here, right? And so generally when I go to a session, nobody's being a jerk, right? Online, people can be jerks because they've got a lot more anonymity, right? You and I know Sheng, and he is like so like... Sheng in person is a very decent, good person and really fun to chat with, and has like intelligent things to say. But online, he just goes all out and being a jerk, you know? And it makes me sad because even in private chat, he's like that to me now. And yet he wasn't at some point, so I don't know what's going on in his life, but I think maybe he's just acknowledged that life is just his family, his work, and then so VF is fun, and his form of fun is trolling. And it's like, okay. But it's just too bad because I love hanging out with Sheng, and he's a good guy. Just that this is the way he has fun now, and he's just segmented VF to combine with his troll life, I guess. You know? Yeah. So it's like, so I don't even interact with him online either because because he's gonna be a jerk even to me, because that's his way of having fun online, and because I think he's just cut VF into being this corner of his life instead of being like this side activity that he can have fun and enjoy community too. I think he's just kind of, so, you know, people like Flash or others have more access to him in person, so they get to see the good side of him. But online, he's just gonna have fun this way. It's what he wants to do, and it's like, okay. But it's just too bad because I really like Sheng, and I still do. It's just more that, okay, we just can't interact online because he wants to, like, he's just putting his inner child in there or something, you know. So it's like, okay, that's your issue, you know. And so now, like, but the problem is where that steps on people's toes is him bullying new players in the Final Tune scene. You know, people that want to play Final Tune on Fightcade have to deal with him. You know, so it's like, I'm glad he's not on this game. You know, we already have people that I have to kind of explain to newer people. You know, I don't need to add one more on Sheng, you know. We've already had to explain certain people in our scenes to new people.
Round one. Ready,
so yeah. But it makes me feel bad because honestly, BF4 FT is an awesome game. It's a really awesome game. You know, so I want that game to do well. Like the amount of work JK Twice put in to make that game function on emulator. My gosh, like, we have to really appreciate what that guy did. That guy put a lot of time into optimizing the game to run on emulator, and so that it could have really good netcode. But the thing is I honestly, as much as I worship the 4 series, I know that I think FT is still your favorite, but I honestly really like this game a lot. Actually, this game is my favorite. It's the more, you know, I guess I'm with like GT on it. But I also like, I think Adam and I have certain things that we would love to see in a next VF, right? I would like the damage to kind of go back towards where it was in the 4 series, you know, which is still high damage, but it feels like each character really is a class, and that makes it harder for Leon. But yeah. Hey Kobe, good to see you. Anyways, this was Story Times with Chanchai. Is always fun. Yeah, so I love how this one flows, but I also, but I do know what Nelly like has mentioned before, like things that they loved from that are no longer in the game, you know. If I remember, I think Nelly's on the on the multiple throw escape cam. I'm in the. I actually prefer keeping the lazy throw escape system cam, and I'm able to do multiple throw escape option select. It's just it's harder, but I am able to do it. It's just that in my scene, I was the only person doing it, and that sucks. You know, like that really sucks. Even Rayblade was not doing it, and he's execution monster. But because, and I think one of the hardest parts with the multiple throw escape system, it's hard to know if you're actually doing it. Like, at least put indicators in the game that lets you know that you've done it right or something, because it's hard to know that you're actually doing it, so you're doing it on faith. And, like, you have to, like, play two players, like, a lot to kind of know if you're actually doing it. I'm doing good, Kobe. Doing quite good. Today, the quality of the VF was really good. My connection was up and down, but it had enough ups that made me very happy. Man. Ice Wizard's another player in the new generation I really love, really love how strong they've gotten at VF, and if you want a player that plays fast, Ice Wizard is your guy. Ice Wizard, you know, it's just like Tengu Man. When I first played Tengu Man, I was like, gosh, this guy just commits so quickly, you know. And the Ice Wizard is, I think, way faster than me. So it's like, but a big part of VF also is learning how to slow it down, right? And that Nelly, you know, do it, but slowing it down with like effective defense really slows it down. So. Ice Wizard was not in the league today. They just popped online just now, so I'm pretty sure they're raring to go on games. You should jump into this room. The password is today's date 0312. Yeah, you should jump into this room, Paul. Such an awesome group to play with. I'm gonna go soon because I need to eat lunch, but I love telling these stories. I love reliving them, you know. But also, I will put a disclaimer. Human memory is very fallible. It's moldable too. The more you tell a story, that actually there is a chance that each time you tell a story, you kind of mutate it. So it's good to understand that, like, you know, there might be times where I might tell a story and it might be a little off, at least compared to another person's version of the story. That's a real thing. You know, witness testimony is actually one of the least reliable things in trial or in court or in investigations, you know, so it's crazy what our minds remember, but also what our minds kind of implant over time. You know, even as vivid as that memory is to me, it is, you know, stories that may have been told enough times that it mutated, and over time, you know, details get hazy. So, as vivid as they feel to me. So, but so if somebody else, you know, complains, oh, that's not what happened at all, you know, consider their side of the story. But I don't lie intentionally. It's just maybe for customer service, I might mislead a little to kind of redirect where the attention is, but also because I'm trying to solve a problem. When I do customer service, what I've learned is the customer doesn't always know exactly what they want, but that doesn't change the fact that there's a problem. And so we try to come up with a resolution to the problem. And so identifying what exactly is the issue is the biggest deal, and it's not always what the person says. Sometimes people just want to be heard out, and they were sincerely hurt by an experience. But hearing them out and giving a proper apology helps a lot and goes a long way to being the solution, right? And a proper apology has some simple rules to it, right? One is that it's not about you, it's about them, right? A proper apology just acknowledges that something upset somebody, right? And then the proper apology at least will kind of in an honest way tell you what, you know, that you are sorry about it, but also what you're going to do about it, or what you're going to do to try to learn from it, you know? That's a proper apology. Just simply saying you're sorry doesn't really mean anything, right? It's an act of bridging the trust between you and the other person. Okay, so Nelly, that's a good question. Okay, so question: sacrificing precision control when you speed up play. Me too. We all do. So what is that? I talk about it in terms of having different gears when you play VF, right? When you're focused, focus is really important to understand the role of focus, especially in VF, because VF is rapid exchanges, right? VF is like constant, rapid situation checking and then making decisions based on those, right? And because of that, like, it's pushing the limits of, like, it's pushing us in a lot of ways. So, now let's talk about focus. When you learn a new technique, that's a lot of focus. That's why it's hard to do. When you first did ECD, you start using it in a match and you're getting beat up for using it in the match because you need to gain that experience, you need to gain the comfort, right? And so it's using up, and focus is simply mental energy. Well, a lot of your mental energy is being drained by trying to use this new technique. And then you get comfortable with it. So then you can kind of use it less consciously, more subconsciously. And the more you get to know the situations, the more you lab them, potentially, the more you can get rapid. But of course, you still need to either train against the AI or train against the human and get it to work in the game, right? Like, okay, we all know that. So what's the point? The point is that basically, when you're playing match and you're playing very Nelly, you play with the most focus that I've seen from most people. Like, you're in the top tier of applying focus to your reads, to Yomi. You study your opponents a lot. This is really good, but it also, in general, it uses focus. And because it uses focus, it does slow you down. Now, does it slow you down enough that you're not frame tight when you want to be? That's up for you to figure out when you play. So let's use another example to help round out this picture. People lately have said that I'm really good at talking and playing because they see me winning when I'm talking on stream like this, and then fighting, and that, like, I'm fighting good people, really strong opponents, right? And sometimes I actually win when I'm doing that. And part of that is what's happened is I'm functioning on a different gear. I'm not using my focus for too much of the Yomi or the reads. But what I am doing is I'm reacting faster. I'm allowing myself to sacrifice a little bit of that precision, but the more I do it, the more precise I can be, right? So you're training how to run on a really fast gear, and that fast gear is not as much about precision. So what do you naturally do when you play at that fast speed is you simplify the options, which is what GT does in a slow way with his 2G, but playing fast is another way of trying to simplify the options. And so what am I strong at? Knockdown no Kizemi? Because that's about as simple as it gets, right? Either he's going to do the right answer or he's going to do the wrong answer. So the knockdown no Kizemi is really good when you're playing fast, right? Because now you got to, and also because if the opponent doesn't know what you're doing, they got to use a lot of focus to figure it out, you know. Similarly, that's why that's why the boxing is so good. Like, why is boxing good? Why is jab straight in boxing the hook? Like, mastering just the jab itself is so strong because that's a low focus activity, but you know how to use it, right? And you do it so much that that it becomes a strong thing that you kind of generally you increase how much your correct answers are going to be. So yeah. So did I talk about apologies?
Round 3. Ready, go!
But so Nelly, does that make sense what I'm talking about, or did you have a question to make it more clear about what I'm talking about? So what I am talking about is that you're training different sides of your brain. If anything, you're allowing yourself to use the artistic side of your brain instead of the analytical side of your brain. And then having access to having various combinations of those two sides of your brain in your VF is very scary. That's why you'll see some players that can be momentum players that are just running on adrenaline and they're just guessing like crazy, but they're guessing right because they're trusting their instinct. And it's not because the instinct right, it's just that they've done this situation so much and they can go wild, right? Similarly, let's talk about let's say a player like Rodney. Rodney's really strong, one of the strongest players in the country, right? So what gets him in trouble? Rodney, like you, uses the analytical ability a lot. He's playing very smart VF. So he's always playing on this gear of I want to play smart VF, you know? He gets really thrown off when people do weird stuff, right? So going wild at the right time, especially when there's adrenaline involved, which is a tournament environment, really messes him up. But he's so good. You do casual sessions, he will like wipe the floor with everybody in the room. You know, like he is strong at tournaments. He's become so strong at tournaments because of experience, because he played more tournaments. Around by the mid 2000s, he had played a lot of tournaments, so he's become very strong. He's fixed this issue that he has, right? But at the same time, it's kind of knowing that so. Also, another aspect about this artistic side play, or this play of using like fast play, the more you do the fast play, maybe like when you're winning, it looks more accurate than it is. You're probably missing a lot of things, but you're still counting how many times it actually successfully wins, right? You'll definitely notice it if I lose a lot on it though. I mean, you've seen me get wiped out badly, and that's for the same reason. That sometimes like my instincts are wrong and my subconscious is picking the wrong option because the opponent has me on lock. Yeah, so. Yeah, Rodney's still around and he's amazing in VF, but he's got two beautiful kids, an amazing wife, and I'm so happy for Rodney. I think he looks so happy, and and it looks like a way better job than he had 10 years ago. Rodney's amazing. And one of real wonderful human being. So yeah. So for me, playing the way that I play VF kind of developed from playing with all kinds of players. I play against, but when I fight against you or against really strong players, my options are restricted a lot. So my game looks more repetitive when I'm playing against you guys. When I play a lot of casuals, I force myself to use every move in the game. I force myself to find ways to make them work. And I try a lot of weird stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. And then I play on stream. So what happened with streaming is that it would be more interesting for the stream if I talk while I'm playing. So it's just, which I also do in casuals because I'm trying to make sure that people love playing VF. Right? So then when I'm on stream, so then that's kind of helping you separate those two sides of the brain. It's like, okay, this side's talking, this other side is kind of just trusting that I've got enough of the technique I need, and that certain decisions are going a certain way, so that the reads are very general. They're not so specific, but they are very general, and they typically are working. And then I can slow myself down when the reads are not working. So when when you're in an emergency, and that's when you slow down. That's when you see me stop talking on screen, or say, okay, I gotta focus now. But it doesn't really mean that I wasn't focusing before. It just means now I gotta use the other side of my brain. Like I actually have to think. I gotta fight like Nellie's way of fighting, because I'm in a pickle, and I gotta like fight my way out of this paper bag. And VF, the wonderful thing about VF is you can always fight out of a paper bag. There's a lot of games you're locked, you're dead. Like halfway through the round, you're dead. But VF, you're never dead in VF until it's over. You do use it, man. So that's what I love about your Vanessa. It's how complete it is. And then your problem-solving ability, as I've always said, is like the thing I love so much about fighting your Vanessa. It's like, man, Nelly finds good answers to whatever it is I'm doing. It's so scary. But that's what we want in VF, right? That's what you want to do as a VF player. You want to solve problems. You want to, and it's more fun when you make the full use, maximize the potential of your character. Yeah, but Leon is a character that wants to do that too, because Leon is considered one of the strongest like utility characters in this game. Like he has tools for every situation. I need to get better at mastering more situations, you know. Yeah, and he's just, you know, his guard punish is just not so great, but he's got amazing evade punish, amazing counter hits, good wall game, really good throw game, really good Okizumi game, you know. He's got all the tools, so I can't complain. I think this game, he is like, I feel like he's the most balanced character in this game, right? I kind of teased Tricky on Twitter, because Tricky was, and I think Tricky was in on, I think from the start, this is also Tricky's joke too, it's not my joke. I think Tricky was just going, gosh, like, with Jackie, the risk and the reward is just really strong, and like, it's like the opposite of Eileen, right? That's what she was saying, and so I kind of, you know, just kind of make the joke more explicit, because I just say there's another word we have to to describe that relationship with risk versus reward, you know, because it's, in a way it's kind of broken, you know. So but yeah, but I do think that was actually. I think that was her point. she was just saying it in a nice way, but also saying, "Gosh, this is so, it feels so different from playing Eileen." You know? So.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Oh no! Akira just hit Jeffrey so hard. Anyways, I'm gonna have lunch, and I miss Rodney, and yeah, Rodney's VF is sublime. So is yours, Nelly. Your VF is really sublime. Once you've got the read, it's so, like, I don't know what the hell to do, but it's gonna be a lot of fun trying to figure out how I'm gonna try to get out of that mess. So, and Paul's VF is so terrifying. Keep it up, Paul. Your Akira's offense is really terrifying. That said, yeah, I think, and you play a variety of paces, but they're on the fast side. I am really curious about if Paul will eventually have like a slow side too, but I don't want to discourage them because their current playing is correct. The way that they play is really forcing you to guess so much. Like, that is so much pressure. Yeah, it does. Well, it does, and like, you know, the way that Jackie and Akira can punish you with so much damage just for doing a high jab is so terrifying. It's like, this is not the same as like a low attack that counter hits like mine. This is like, they just, you know, if Akira can get to your side and do a shoulder ram, it's just like, holy crap. You know. And Jackie's funny, right? Jackie's got a good pressure game, but he doesn't have to use it. He can just win on neutral. Jackie's neutral is very frustrating. So, yeah. But Akira makes you feel like you guessed everything wrong. Paul will do like high jab into guard break, high jab into dashing elbow, high jab into throw. But mostly the high jab into dashing elbow or guard break. But also just feeling like there's option selects from their attacks is really, really scary. Man, I love watching the way Jimmy is playing Akira right now, though, too. I mean, Jimmy's always had an amazing Akira, so...
They're Fakira players. Feels that way at times. I mean, look at that side turn shoulder is the worst thing to get hit by. I hate that damn thing. You know, it's like I have to try to counter that thing, and yet when I try to counter it, I get thrown. It's like, what? You know? So, that's just my perspective. But I hope it helps people. But I love hearing everybody else's perspective too. I really do. Yeah, the shoulder is a menace. So the thing is if he does it from the front, you need to get good at breaking that stagger, which I'm not. Like, I'm always realizing that he hit me with that too late. But and so the key is to recognize when it's going to happen. But if it's from the side, you're screwed. Like, he hits you on the side, you're screwed. But yeah, but I am glad that from watching Adam, learning and from fighting YTD, learning that 2P is like your fun tool against people that are overly aggressive. Like, it's shocking how well it works, right? Just mashing 2P like 2 or 3 times, like, it's shocking how good that works. So. And that's offline or online. So. Alright, everybody, have a good one. After this game, we're gonna call it, but definitely check out VF Numbers' stream. I believe they're on right now. And do watch the tournament today. There's gonna be, there is a tournament, the bi-weekly. They're still taking registrations, I believe, and I highly recommend people join that. Yeah. Homestay Akira, one time somebody asked about what he recommended doing, and his answer was like mash more. What he meant was 2P. There's a tournament, let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see. The bi-weekly, if you go to challenge. So have you gone on challenge.com? And you could find it. Look up the tournaments for Virtua Fighter Ultimate Showdown today, and you should be able to find it.
Round 1. Ready, go!
This 5 seconds.
Ready, go!
Oh, is it next week? I guess next week is a monthly. Alright, let's look up the GBM. I thought it was today though.
Round 3. Ready, go!
He doesn't post on that forever. Okay, so let's look up Fight Club host. Alright, so Hub says in a couple hours it's VF time. Yeah, challenge. I'm gonna send the tournament. Yeah, the bi-weekly number 62. We've got a good field here. We've got looks like we've got 12 people at least. Alright, here we go. Here you guys go. There's the link. Yeah, Jimmy is I really appreciate it when people can appreciate how good Jimmy is. He is so strong. He's really good, and he's also really friendly and likes to help. If you meet Nero in person, he's also like that too. Nero really is. It was wonderful meeting Nero, and I hope one day to meet Jimmy. I would really love to meet Jimmy in person. I love that Yuki Dojo title. How about that? Doesn't that look good? I have to admit that one of the new features of this game we should talk about are the titles. You know, because those are like mini achievements. And then point out like what it took for someone to get those achievements.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout.
After this game, we'll call it, but thank you all very much. Please do support Numbers again, and then also support watch the bi-weekly today. Oh my god! He did crouch dash into deep body check and it did like 60% life. Yeah. Yeah, Ice Wizard is a fast player, so it's so much fun watching Blood Mask Jimmy match it. I love Ice Wizard's like super aggressive high speed play. So much fun.
Knockout.
Very good battle too. Ice Wizard always awesome. I might come back later to fight. Alright, you guys take care. Everyone have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Thank you so much again. Let's see here. Let's try to do a raid. Raids are always nice. Thank you so much, Hungry Centaur. Alright, the raid should have been in effect. Thank you very much. You guys have a good one.